what do we want to do next? What do I want to do next? I do have another request for my coworker, another coworker. And this is a band called Citizen. I'm pretty sure I've never heard this band before. It's a band I've heard of and had actually thought about doing reactions to before. I know nothing about this band. I don't even remember how I heard of them. I don't know if somebody suggested them or I saw something in some sort of rock publication or social media thing, and I was like, oh, I might check that band out. I'm not sure. But my coworker, Hallie, is a big fan of this band, and it was one of those things where she's new to the restaurant, you know. She's a new coworker. She's asking. It's a weird conversation to always have. Hey, what do you do when you're not working? Oh, I do podcasts. Really? Reaction videos. You wonder how people take that. But she's like, oh, I like hard rock. And I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of primarily my thing. And she's like, oh, have you heard this band and this band? And I had to kind of burst her bubble with a couple. I'm like, well, one was Asking Alexandria. Another was, I think, Bring Me the Horizon. I'm like, well, I already know that I don't want to listen to those bands. I've heard enough from those bands. But I've never heard Citizen before. And she requested Big Mouth. She said either an album, either the whole album, Life in Your Glass World, or the song Big Mouth. And I'm not going to just listen to an album all willy-nilly necessarily unless I know it's something I want to listen to. So this will be my first listen to Citizen. On April 1st, 2021, I ditched a career I absolutely hated to better myself and do the things I've always wanted to do. And that included my growing love and obsession with Ireland. I want to learn everything: culture, history, mythology, music, and the language. Which, if I'm being honest, looks really hard to learn, but I'm going to give it the old Smith try. Then, of course, there is my love of pubs and the role that they've played throughout history, and no better example of that than on that beautiful, beleaguered island in the North Atlantic, Ireland. April 1st, 2026, I depart for the Emerald Isle, and for 1 year, I'll hike town by town and conduct interviews with pub owners, pub regulars, historians, town know-it-alls, musicians, and basically anybody that wants to talk to me. If you'd like to support the project and the journey, basic Patreon support is only $3 a month, but just liking a video or subscribing to the channel and following the journey is just as helpful. I'm always looking for volunteers to work as liaisons for the project too, so if you live in Ireland and know people, feel free to hit me up. This is a huge goal and I need all the help I can get. The Smitty Learns Irish Pubcast begins April 26th and will be my life's work. Thank you. It's Big Mouth from Citizen. Here we go.
Mr. Big Mouth, wearing a suit and tie. We better turn our heads and stay put. Better sit our lips and keep them shut. You are so fine, showing off your new style. Never be wrong even if you could. Better sit my lips and keep them shut. So tell me why you're hanging around. What are you looking for?
Some fun funkiness going on there.
Tell me why you're hanging around. What are you looking for?
Sorry, I sneezed.
Many important things to do. Always looking clean and handsome. Better sit my lips and keep them shut. Tell me why you're hanging around. What are you looking for? Tell me why you're hanging around. What are you looking for?
Yeah, there's fun grooviness in this band that I did not expect. I didn't know if it was going to be, you know, I didn't know if it was going to be, what's the best word or term to describe this? You know, kind of just mainstream, fucking whatever kind of new emo metal is out now or something like that, you know? Stuff that I feel like I hear in every band that I listen to whenever I listen to the radio, which is fucking few and far between anymore. I don't feel like I've heard this band on the radio, and maybe they should, you know? Some real fun funkiness and grooviness. I really liked how the song started, real minimalistly. And so far, so good. So far, so good. Yeah, I like that. I actually really did like that song. I didn't really think I would after, you know, I've heard Bring Me the Horizon. I've heard Asking Alexandria. Those were two bands she suggested as well. And I'm like, I've heard enough from those bands. I don't really want to hear anymore. And those are bands that I lump into, you know, as a former 15-year radio vet in rock radio, and just the bands that are presented to you all the time. Hey, it's new from this band. It's new from this. And I'm like, fuck, okay. And there's just nothing ever about it that I gravitate towards, really. But there was some real cool grooves, some real understated and mature songwriting in there where they kind of just held off from fucking hammering in, you know what I mean? I think that takes a lot of maturity and patience. Real cool, laid-back groove, and some really fun, sleazy fucking slide guitar in there that I really liked as well. Citizen, job well done. Nice request, Hallie. I'm always wondering if I'm pronouncing Hallie's name correctly because she spells it differently than I'm used to. It's just, you know, there's a lot of names that you hear your whole life and then you see them spelled differently nowadays. You're like, how do you fucking pronounce that? I'm not sure. I think it's Hallie. That was fun. I would totally listen to another song from Citizen. I enjoyed that. What should be next? I'm going to do this one, I think, on the fly. Meaning, I just got it 41 minutes ago, live on the Reaction Marathon. What the hell, everything?